Hello and welcome. You tuned into Market Fata Fat. I'm Ankita Saxena and with me is Ashesha Advaryu. In the next half an hour, we'll take you through all the stocks that are buzzing in the trading session, either on the back of news flow or on the back of technical chart. So before we get going with the show, let's take stock of how the market is really shaping up at this juncture. Well, the market is actually on the decline right now. We are below the 24,000 mark. 23,965 is where Nifty is at a 0.3% cut coming in. It is it's hovering around the day's lowest point. Nifty Bank also is trading with cuts of 0.6% right now, more than 0.5% cut coming in on Nifty Bank as well. But it's the broad end of the market that was seeing the drawdown since morning, and in fact it is as far as mid cap is concerned, that is now trading down almost 0.5%. Small caps also trading down 0.6% right now. Sectorally also, it is literally the Nifty Pharma that it has been the shining beacon or the spot that is trading in the green and still managing to hold out in the green with gains of 1.2%. And there was a couple of news flow that came in over the weekend as well. And on the back of that, we have names like Dr. Reddy's, we have Torrent Pharma, Cipla, Ajanta Pharma, all of them trading with gains of more than 2.5 to 3%. So Nifty Pharma is the one that is holding out in the green. Besides that, Nifty Metal is also one counter that is shining in trade, 0.6% gain coming in. But besides that, the auto, the PSU banking names, the media and the IT sector are the biggest sectoral loser in today's trading session. And the advanced decline ratio is decisively tilted in the favor of declines today.
Okay, but let's get going then. This is a show where we discuss all the stocks that are buzzing in trade. On the technical side, we are now joined by Akshay Bhagwat, Senior Vice President, Derivatives Research at JM Financial Services. Akshay, afternoon. Thanks so much for taking your time out. But first up, let's put the spotlight on Hexaware Technologies. The stock is in focus and it continues to gain in trade today after the company is named company Anthropic's authorized reseller for Amazon Bedrock. And under this agreement, Hexaware will be able to sell, integrate and support cloud models directly to enterprise clients worldwide, strengthening its AI-first strategy and expanding its enterprise artificial intelligence offerings. So that's a positive that has come in for Hexaware Technologies. The stock is still up nearly 5.5% on the back of this.
All right, let's move on then. Akshay, you've also picked out Nalco for us. Tell us on the charts, what are the levels that you're watching out for in Nalco?
Yeah, firstly, good afternoon to all. See, metals pack has been on the beaten side since the last 15-20 days of trading action. Now, since they are heavily oversold, most of them are noting a pullback rally at the current juncture. And if you were to see the chart of Nalco, it is exactly reversing from a very key support of 330, which is a 200-day moving average, and some technical price supports. So my sense is this recovery rally should continue all the way till 360 to 370 on the short-term trading parameters. Maintain a stop loss of 330 on any buy positions if you create at the current market price.
Okay, so that's the word coming in on Nalco, but Vikram Engineering, Ankita, that stock is also in focus today.
Absolutely, Shesha, and let's talk about why Vikram Engineering is in focus. Well, it has won an order that's worth 3,518 crore rupees. It's an EPC order from its subsidiary NOPL Solar Projects for a 969 megawatt solar project in Maharashtra, and the contract is to be executed over the next year and marks one of the company's biggest wins in the renewable energy space. And on the back of that, the stock is up in a way 7%.
Okay, so that's Vikram Engineering for you, but let's shift focus back to the IT sector and Persistent Systems. That is also in focus because the company said that it is all set to acquire Nagarro, and brokerage houses and analysts clearly are not very bullish, and that is why the stock is down 10.5%. MK says execution and integration will be the biggest monitorable, and near-term EPS dilution is a negative, and leverage might also keep sentiment cautious. We also have Nomama. They've in fact downgraded the stock to hold from their buy rating with a target price now at 4,800 rupees per share. They say yes, Nagarro is a strong strategic fit, but integration risk continues to remain elevated. Concerns over Nagarro's slower growth and execution challenges continue to weigh heavy, and rich valuations limit upside despite long-term benefits. And that is exactly why the stock is still down 10.5% despite the big acquisition that the company has announced.
All right, let's move on to Ashoka Buildcon. That's focus on the back of an order win as it gets an LOA for project worth $35 million in Guyana. And on the back of this order win, Ashoka Buildcon is in focus. Though it has given up those morning gains, it is nonetheless holding out with gains of 1% in trade right now.
Okay, but Akshay, you've picked up Laurus Labs for us this afternoon. Tell us more. Where do you see the stock headed in the near term?
So, Laurus Labs continues to be in a very strong uptrend. And if you look at the price chart since the last 2 months, there has been no break in this uptrend. It continues to go one way despite of overbought parameters. So, I believe there is one more last leg of rally still, which is bound to happen in Laurus Labs. So, at the current market price of 1481, we are looking at possible targets of 1530 to 1550 on the short-term trading parameters. Long positions can maintain a stop loss below 1430.
Okay, so that's the word coming in on Laurus Labs. But let's also shift focus and talk about Kotak Mahindra Bank. That stock is also in focus and under pressure because we have CEO Ashok Vaswani, who has said that he will step down at the end of his term, which ends in December 2026. He said that he wants to pursue some other personal adventures, because of which he wants to step down. Vaswani will not seek reappointment after completing his 3-year term, which ends in December. And Kotak Mahindra Bank has now initiated the search for Vaswani's successor. The bank aims to complete the CEO succession within regulatory timelines. This, of course, is a negative. The stock is down 3% in the back of that.
All right, let's move on. Akshay, Marico is what you've picked out for us. Tell us on the charts, how does Marico look like?
Yeah, so if you look at the price chart of Marico today, the stock has given a breakout. That's a positive breakout out of the range which the stock had been trading since the last 8 to 10 trading sessions. The breakout zone is 830, and that just puts the stock on a firm footing. Possible targets which one can look forward to is around 865 to 870 on the short-term trading parameters, and maintain a stop loss below 820 on any buying positions if you create at the current market price.
All right, let's move on to the next counter, which is in focus, and that is DCX System. Was up and away 3% in the morning trade on the back of its order wins, and on the back of that, in fact, there are a couple of order wins that are coming in for DCX, and on account of that, that stock has given up those morning gains, but nonetheless holding out with gains of 1.7%.
Okay, so that's the view coming in on DCX, but let's also put the spotlight on the power financing industry then. Both PFC and REC are in focus because the board has now approved merger of REC into PFC. REC shareholders will receive 88 shares of PFC for every 100 shares of REC that are held by its shareholders. REC will cease to exist post the demerger. The merger, of course, awaits regulatory and other statutory approvals, but both these counters, PFC, of course, is down 2%. Is absolutely flat with some bit of negative bias, but this, remember, will create India's largest power financing company after the merger has been completed. Both these stocks in focus on the back of that.
All right, let's move on to the next one that you picked out for us, HDFC Bank. Akshay, tell us on the charts, how does HDFC look like? Because HDFC, that hasn't done much in the last 6 months. In fact, it has been in a consolidated phase. It's just that in the last 1 month, it has picked up some traction. Do you see this up move to continue?
Yes, absolutely. I see this up move to continue. The stock has been in a downtrend. These are the first signs of possible reversals which we have spotted in the month of June from the zone of 740. So this recovery rally which has kicked off, the first stoppage point for it is around 820, where there is a possible upside breakout zone which I believe should be taken off, and we should be looking forward for possible targets around 830 to 840 zone in the month of July. So any buying positions can maintain a stop loss below 770 and target around 840 for the month of July.
All right, let's move on to Dr. Reddy's. That was up and away 4% as the US FDA has completed a pre-license inspection at the biologics manufacturing facility in Bachupali in Hyderabad. And on the back of this observation and positive results coming out, Dr. Reddy's lab is in focus with gains of 3% right now.
Okay, so that's Dr. Reddy's for you. But let's keep it going with the pharma sector then. And Glenmark Pharma, you've picked up that for us. Akshay, tell us more. Where do you see the stock headed?
Yeah, so pharma is where the momentum is, the positive inflows are at the beginning of the week. And if you look at the chart structure of Glenmark Pharma, there is a support in the making at the levels of 2100 to 2120 zone. Although it has not comparatively performed as its peers in terms of price action, but the belief is there should be a short-term pullback in the making where 2250 to 2270 can be targeted on the trading parameters. Maintain stop loss below 2100 on any buying positions.
All right, that was the last talk from Akshay. Akshay, thank you so much for taking the time out and joining us and giving us your picks. But with that, it's time for a quick break. Don't go anywhere because after the break, we're getting you more updates on the market on their side. Stay tuned.